it connects up.
Good evening. Welcome to your Ass Hurts News Network, coming to you live at the tip top of Cock Tower Square with your host, Sergeant Friday. Sarge, how you doing?
Well, Cletus, I have breaking news, Cletus.
Do share.
It's your birthday.
It is, indeed.
And how old are you now, Cletus?
Old enough to know better.
And I'm understanding I have insider information
Is
that this may be the summer of marriage.
That my sources say that threat has been made.
That threat, well, Cletus, congratulations on the birthday.
Thank you, sir.
I'll give you that.
But not the marriage, is that what you're saying?
I don't know. You know, it's one of those things that sink or swim, and I think you got holes in your feet.
Oh, fuck.
We don't want to get into Jesus jokes. It'll offend many viewers.
Well, they're big feet, so, you know, I mean, unless there's a lot of holes, then I'm probably still okay.
Well, see, there's always an upside to everything.
There you go.
You know, I forget the name of the station, but there's a new third-party generated presence that has a stream out there now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm curious if the person ever supported his third-party data before he actually came and put his stream up. Maybe not.
Well,
I'm not sure.
Third-party data is always the proper way to start a stream.
Aren't you know what I mean? It's like,
because the viewers demand it.
You know, I'm having trouble with freaking Rumble.
Uh-oh.
But tonight's stream brought to you by Dingleberries.
And you always forget ding-a-ling.
Well, ding-a-ling is like a doorbell. Dingleberries are a serious issue that one should avoid at all costs. It may be why your finger smells, but what do I know?
Unless you got a lot of gas and need a wind chime.
Well, there you go. When they say blow it out your ass, you can ring my bell at the same time. Holy Jesus God. So tonight, from the tip of Cox Tower Square, the special event room, the convention center, the Lig of My Balls, is accepting reservations. And it's quite the convention center.
Yeah.
It's shaped like testicles, Cletus, but people don't seem to mind because they talk shit all day. Maybe they're just more comfortable with a ballroom shaped like testicles.
Maybe. Or,
you know, it really could be.
Maybe they're more fans of clutching them pearls.
Well, the pearl clutchers of America unite. Right?
Oh, and they do.
Don't let them slip through your fingers. Because, you know, it get a little messy there.
Get a little messy.
Oh, dear God. So what's any updates? Any positive information on the Sebastian Rogers situation?
The only positive information would be if there was a massive group of law enforcement heading to a location, or if he were already found. And unfortunately, neither of those things have happened that I'm aware of. So
that's
no positive information, but you know, a lot more drama starting.
Well, drama is the key. The viewer, the social media psychopath is they love drama. Any targets we should be swinging at? Or is there some new piece of information that won't help Mr. Sebastian? That won't help him at all. That we should cover.
I'm sorry, Sarge. I was distracted by my initiation into my birthday cake that just got handed to me. So
what flavor? Let the audience. Let's see. How many people in the audience? Why don't we guess the flavor cake that Cletus said? Something's telling me it's fucking carrot cake, but I don't know. What do you people think? How many people? What did people think Mr. Cletus is having for a birthday cake? What flavor? Don't tell anybody. Let's get the chat room, all 36 people across 3 social media.
Killing it.
I mean, we're killing it. I'm surprised people don't like to be reminded just how fucked up in the head they are. It kind of shocks me.
Yeah, who would have ever thought that telling the viewers just about themselves would drive so many away?
we never give bad advice. If your finger smells, fucking wash it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. And if you wake up with a finger you think got broken in the middle of the night, just make sure you wear underwear.
But in fact, I do wear undershorts, and maybe that's why it broke. It couldn't make it
all the way.
It couldn't make the trip. There was a roadblock.
It ran into a wall.
But it's an awkward finger. It's my ring finger in my left hand.
It took a wrong turn at the taint. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I went out and looked for artificial intelligence because clearly there's no fucking intelligence on social media. So I had to find an artificial source. And I checked to see if you can have arthritis in just one finger. A sudden bout of it.
I believe that's called gout, isn't it?
Well, and your finger?
Yeah. Well, we'll have to defer to the health desk when they come back to their station.
Right. Yeah. The queen of moderation.
Yeah.
Clue Minotti, not to be mistaken for a first and last name. Although it wouldn't be a bad one.
No, I may. We may adopt that if we ever get married.
Right. You guys now with the wedding, is this a shotgun wedding, Cletus?
No.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if there are shotguns there, but I don't really know what a shotgun wedding is.
I'm not pregnant.
Oh, okay.
And there we are. The help desk is highly, highly intelligent when it comes to shotgun weddings. Cletus, why is that?
Why is the health? Well, hold on. Let's let's defer to the health desk for that answer.
What was the question?
Well, how are you so well versed in shotgun weddings?
My parents are cousins.
Your parents are cousins. Well, congratulations. Wow, I don't know what to say to that. I don't know who my parents are, but I suspect they may be related as well. And I'm up north. I think that just happens at different times. It don't matter where you are. So, if I knew who they were, I could confirm or deny. At this point, I'm on the fence, and my finger hurts. He's got a nice ring to it, according to someone in the chat.
Yeah, I won't argue that.
Senny is with us. I would spend a half hour trying to get 100 clicks, but we may not even get 100 viewers because apparently people don't like being told they're dumb motherfuckers, Cletus.
Well, it could be that, or it could be that there, are more interesting presentations of drama and bullshit elsewhere.
I'd like to believe they're out in the streets celebrating your birthday. Cletus.
Yeah. Let me look out the door and see if I see the pitchforks and torches. Otherwise, that's a negative.
Well, if you see pitchforks and torches, Chris may have driven by your house for all we know.
Well, I mean,
they're hunting them down.
According to the streets, we're cousins, or at least Clue and him are. So, it is what it is.
Well, congratulations, Clue. You got a new cousin?
Mm-hmm.
What up, cuz?
And she didn't even find it out from her genetic results that she gets updated on daily. Damn, these YouTube sleuths are way better than paid genetic companies.
I can't even tell you that if it wasn't for these YouTube fucking wackadoodles, we wouldn't have solved a single crime in the history of the United States.
I'm telling you.
Right? They found a booth. They found a booth and they named it John, and they figured they solved Lincoln's crime.
Now, if they could just figure out the mysterious case of the killer clocks out of Florida, But I hear there's a great detective working on it.
Bear with us, Cletus. I have breaking news. CD rates are at 5.6%. 5 years today, Cletus.
I don't understand a word that just come out of your mouth, but all right.
CD. You know what a CD is.
Yeah, I'm just being stupid.
So
It's
yeah,
natural.
that came from YAH News Network is transferred a lot of funds into the CDs today,
Well,
trying to offset the expense of this big giant business, this enterprise, this network, the worldwide network, reaching to 5.62 billion minds, where 5.62 billion idiots come out on here to use their power of public opinion to destroy not only their own nation, but anybody they suspect of a crime. Cletus?
And support the willing participants that are involved in situations that come out and aid and abet those people in their destruction of their fellow man needlessly.
Cletus, we have breaking news on the political front.
All right.
One of the few black conservative commentators, Candace Owens, is telling us Harvey Weinstein was witch hunted. Cletus?
I don't know who Harvey Weinstein is, but I do know who Candace Owens is.
Well, Candace, you know what the special thing about her is if color matters, she's talking to the wrong one. Cletus.
Oh, fuck.
But
Wow.
what do I know? I'm just a humble host on the Your Ass Hurts News Network. Harvey Weinstein was a man that could make or break you in Hollywood because, that little love nest of fucking perfection.
Oh.
The pedophiles and the fucking sex traders and the fucking drug addicts and the fucking lunatics, because you need to be all of that to be creative. There's no way you can be funny unless you're into children and do drugs. Cletus?
Well, I would agree. I mean, just look at the aspiring famous actors and actresses on these YouTube streets.
The streets of YouTube where you commonly will find these people, especially on Twitter. They seem to like Twitter. They have bloody heads of a past president they carry around and then wonder why they're hated by the general population. And it befuddles me. I don't get it. What do I know? You know what I think happened, Cletus? This might even call for the music for breaking news. Wait, this just in from the back of my mind. I think my ex-wife did something to my finger in my sleep. Cletus? It is in fact the ring finger.
Speaking of witch hunting, that puts a whole new perspective on it.
Well, I would never disparage my ex. I mean, I find myself fortunate that however that woman survived the house landing on her, I give her credit because she actually showed up for the wedding. Cletus?
The health desk is sitting too close for me to make a comment that I was going to make.
Oh, yeah, we don't want handprints on the back of the co-host's head.
At least she showed up for the wedding.
Well, you know something? I was surprised myself. I know me and I wouldn't marry me. Okay. Oh, I think people mistake my nap for me being tired. And the reason I take naps is just to get away from myself. It's the only break I get during the day, Cletus.
It makes sense. I mean, that's why I go to bed, is to get away from you.
Holy shit. So what do we got? Look, I don't know none of them folks in Hollywood. They ruined Nickelodeon for me. Even the music people, I can't even listen to. And music anymore, they're all weird. Well, we can get along with that. We do have I think we have Cletus in the audience. We may have a secret audience member that I will not name because they're in the audience under a, what do you call it? A pusidium? I can't say it at work because it starts with a P. It should probably start with an S.
Pussy?
A pseudonym?
Oh.
There it is.
Yeah.
See that Cletus has got that education from high up in the hills of Virginia. You just can't beat it.
Oh,
I was in the valleys of the north. I didn't learn shit. It all went over my head. So what else we got here? Hey, crazy asses! A little late. Happy. Well, if you're late, you gotta all remember to wish. And it's not Beyonce. That fag name. We just continued, and he jumped onto the Cletus with an abandon. He ran towards the word Cletus.
yeah, Pops named me, so now I guess
Yeah,
it's officially Cletus.
We don't recognize Beyonce in here. That's just I don't know. Maybe we're homophobic or something. I don't know what it is. Who knows? But feel free to judge me, folks. As a matter of fact, get Nick Barris to do a video of me from his Chinese satellite in space.
I still find it funny how that came to be to begin with. That people thought that she was calling me Beyonce instead of fiance. So that's
I
what.
think people, yeah, I think people just wanted to put a twist on the fiance. I think they were aware what she was calling you.
Well,
we have breaking news. She's now retreating into the idea that she did not call Chris Proudfoot a pussy. Don't want you to get all angry beaver on me. I heard your reputation. Yeah, how does that man sleep at night, Cletus?
I don't know. I mean,
If he's like me, he breaks fingers while he's sleeping. Or maybe he just gets a stink finger. We don't know. We are not privy to this personal information, nor do we even give a fuck.
I guess he sleeps good with that. I guess he sleeps pretty good because a lot of people in this country will sleep with a firearm under their belt, or under their pillow. But I'm guessing all he has to do is use a belt, that one with the ability to make things vanish.
Listen, as a young person that's on the spectrum, that if I take a 30 question test, I hit 25 of them last time. First time I hit 29. I think I lied the second time. Cletus?
You think you lied the second time?
I must have. Yeah. trying to hide my Asperger. Right. And now for me, let me just say, I walked away at 14. And if I didn't, I wouldn't be as social and able to, tell people to go fuck themselves. They're all a bunch of lunatic, raving fucking idiots. I just wouldn't have the courage to do that if I didn't have the experience of homelessness as a youth.
Well, I think you looked at it wrong when you lied on the test to get a lower score, because that got you further away from being a superhero.
The superhero we call Asperger's. I agree.
Well, and what's funny is Truth had said that the other day. I don't remember if it was in a conversation or if it was in a stream, but he said something that was 100% in line, exactly word for word what you had said.
Which
that
was
autism is the evolution
I've
of
said
mankind.
that many times.
Yeah.
I got kicked off of Twitter for posting that.
Yeah.
I think that the argument between creation and evolution is an argument based on a paper asshole, and they should not be conversed about in the same fucking room. They're two different things.
I don't disagree with that.
I do think human beings do evolve. I think human beings do go through the process of adapting to their environment. And I think maybe part of the problem we have with social media is we're still mental fucking misfits. And this ability to communicate globally with one another has confused us. Cletus?
Well, and at times I wonder if evolution is a thing, then de-evolution would also have to be a thing, because they would be the counter, right? And sometimes I wonder if social media isn't where the people that have de-evolved have gone, or are they just not caught up? I can't decide which it is.
In all fairness, without being too serious, the societal human, as we've come to know ourselves, has been programmed and brainwashed its entire fucking time it's been on Earth. And today, it's much easier and further reaching to the 5.62 billion fucking mindless morons running around the internet. This tool has been used to continue that. And people that are subjected to the brainwashing, which includes me, I'm not immune to it, nor am I above it, nor am I better than anybody else. Well, maybe I am, but it's this tool that makes it even more effective and more damaging to society. We're crumbling because all we talk about is crumbling. All we look at is the drama. All we want to engage in is the outrage. We never talk about what's good for all of us, how we can help each other, how we could better the world. We could solve wars with the internet. We literally could. We can solve crimes against people. Maybe not who did it, but we can help make the world a better place by unifying ourselves and coming together on projects that help one another. Rather than do that, we'd rather see if Chris fucking stubbed his toe and slapped somebody 25,000 fucking years ago and make that the determining factor in who and what and how this poor young boy went missing, right? Which, based on what I see, could simply be of his own volition. Now, I was a troubled child, and I you know, for a long time I blamed my parents for stuff, but I was quite the fucking handful, I'm sure. And you know, how they dealt with it was the best that they were able to deal with it, and I eventually went out on my own, and that worked for me. So this idea to it is that person said that. I say evolution, man changes, and I think the biggest problem we have today is our emotions control our brain. And you'll see that a lot of us with these, what they call us on the spectrum. Let's stick with that. What people often disguise or confuse with me as anger, it's not, it's passion. I have a passion for people to see around the corner. I mean, for fuck's sakes, it's only a corner to look around. And people just refuse to do it. They keep banging their head against the wall.
Unless
Go ahead.
Trev time.
You what?
Unless you're Trev time. Sorry, I hadn't.
Well, or any of those streamers. These people are fucking ridiculous, man. I don't give a fuck what Chris or Seth. Listen, they could. Holy fuck! It's none of my business, for one. And if I'm going to make them part of my fucking existence, maybe I should try to help them find their missing fucking kid, right? And let the rest of the shit take care of the rest of the shit. You know,
Well,
because again, go ahead.
Not to go back to the beginning of your tirade there, but one thing I was going to say is you were saying the internet could do this, it could be used for that, but everybody knows it's not. And I think the proof of that fact that everybody knows it's not is in the fact that the government is trying to push the internet availability to every reach of the country.
Right. Because they want the power to control people with a message.
Exactly.
That's the one thing too that I talk about often, that I don't believe in any information. I don't believe anything at all. I accept that the information is information and see if it applies to whatever it is we're doing. I'm not going to talk about the planetary gear set and the transmission when I'm referring to a missing child, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he did get picked up and driven away with a car and an automatic transmission, and that way it would apply, but it would mean nothing, right?
So, in other words, a divorce that would have happened years ago would have absolutely no bearing on the events that occurred a few months ago. Is that what you? Or it wouldn't lead to a solution in terms
unless
of
your ex-wife did something to your ring finger in your sleep. Now you would have a connection. You know, I was in my house one day talking on the phone to a girl I had been dating, and I go to the I was going to make egg salad. That's what I was making. I go to the refrigerator and there's no mayonnaise in there. Well, I know I just bought mayonnaise. And I'm looking. She's like, "What's the matter?" I go, "My mayonnaise is gone." She goes, "What do you mean gone?" I said, "I think someone took my mayonnaise." Who would have taken your mayonnaise? I go, "Well, you're the only one that's been here." She said, "You fucking moron," and hung up the phone. In the end, through further investigation and interaction on the internet to find out what I did when I was 6 years old, it came to me that the mayonnaise was behind the bread that I was going to use to make the egg salad.
But thank God for the internet so that you could learn, be reminded of all the things you did when you were 6 years old. So
if I didn't know what I did when I was 6, the mayonnaise would forever have been lost. Right?
Yeah.
She's like, "What do you mean someone took your mayonnaise?" I said, "Well, it ain't here, and I didn't fucking take it. It must be you." That was one of my many successful relationships that lasted about as long as it was ever going to last, which was not long at all. Jesus, what a fucking world we live in. I mean, life is hard enough. How the fuck do you explain it? And maybe even a broken finger in your sleep. Don't you think that would have woke me up, Cletus?
I guess it depends on how many times it's been where you had it.
I can't even say that it was anywhere it shouldn't have been. I was asleep. I can't testify for my own finger. I have no knowledge of what my finger was doing.
Well, where it should or shouldn't have been is a subjective thing as well, Sarge. So, you know.
Right. Well, some people would find it more comfortable in the smelly end.
And you spend a lot of time on the internet, so it wouldn't be uncommon for you to be sitting around with your finger up your ass. So, you know.
Well, at least my thumb, not my ring finger on my left hand. What the hell is that doing up there?
Well, maybe you wanted to get more of a point.
Well, I did. The first thing I did was smell it, and there was no indication that it had gone anywhere besides the bed itself. So that's how we came to the stream title.
I guess it's too bad you didn't sneeze. Then you may have a better idea of how it happened.
We don't want to sneeze. Sneezing's dangerous when you get old. The help desk has got information about prostate cancer and your taint. You could be killed by your own taint, which is a horrible fucking thought. I can't even want to imagine what that could be like. Please.
Well, we learn all kinds of information on here. Just like last night, we were taught that that's actually, or technically, necrotizing fasciitis. I didn't know that until we were enlightened with that info.
Well, that stuff is crazy. You take you're depressed, and there's a lot of situations that could depress you. Just we look at, well, we don't look at true crime. We mock true crime as viewers on social media. Our job isn't to offer any comfort or aid to the victims. It's more to find out what they did 10 years ago and jam it up their ass. Cletus?
I'm sorry, I got distracted by the Queen of Moderation's comment.
What did the Queen of Moderation say?
You've taken it off the screen now, but it was the last one you had up.
Maybe that's his Dom name. Oh, that's right. That's a question. If I ever had the chance to talk with Mr. Proudfoot, I'd want to know if he was a big pineapple guy. Connect that. Do you remember the first time we were talking? But this is going way back in the beginning. And I get on Discord and you guys share with me that somebody asked his wife if she's on a dating site, and I blew up. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
What kind of an asshole would ask this woman that? What's that got to do with the missing kid? Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
And that's where the conversation started, where you predicted that this lasts too long, it's going to turn into a circus.
I just didn't realize it was going to come as quick as it did. I had no idea the fucking tent was already on the trailer and heading this way. And I was hoping that it was one of those things that a lot of times I'll say something and the opposite will happen. So it truly was one of those fucking superstitious things where I'm like, if I speak it, it won't occur.
Well, but I also want to know why there's someone in the chat room attacking people on their choices and other human beings. Beauty isn't just what someone's face looks like, although, I am a shallow fucking dude. Yeah, I am that guy. We know that, right? I mean, I got to be honest. But what people find attractive, I mean, for fuck's sakes, is different. And to sit here and to bring that up, what does that got to do with their missing children, the child?
Well, and at the end of the day, your mother was an Ewok, and you're here, so.
Hey, some men love to run their fingers through a hairy back. Who am I to judge, Cletus? I've always suggested that the guys that go for the surgery that changes whatever it is that's going on down there, just to remind them, in case they want to change their mind, they should remove that and implant it on their forehead. And then you would have a real true dickhead, right? That everybody could realize. But why are people, this person, the reason I put this up here is this is indicative of the fucking mindless ignorance that runs the internet. This is the driver of public opinion. Katie picked 2 unsexy men on Earth in a row. Huh. Well, I'm sure that Sebastian is going to be found a lot faster thanks to your observation. Fucking Micro. Is Micro unfucking believable. Where do these people come from, and why are they even still in existence? We need to turn the fucking corner, Cletus.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's an interesting world. Like I said, sometimes I wonder if the internet and social media is the place where all of those who have de-evolved, or all those who are behind in evolution, go together. Sometimes I wonder that.
I don't think we're behind. You know what I think? I think we've been all put in boxes, and I think now being a recovered addict for 30 years, I couldn't accept the world on the world's terms, right? And
Mhm.
and I could be wrong, but maybe you guys notice I still have that problem, right? You got to deal with fucking idiots constantly, and it's almost as if idiocy is the norm.
Well,
And
and
so,
that's where you and I have had difference of opinion before. Is I don't think we've been put in boxes. I think we put ourselves in a box.
or our parents do, or society generally does right from the very beginning. I don't want to get into all the technical physics and astrology and all that nonsense, but we're put in the box from the day we're born. And that box, then we obviously we grow within the box, and we end up in a certain section of the box where other similar people have joined that area. But
Sorry,
we are in a box.
we have breaking news from the help desk.
Uh-oh. What would that be?
I just want ladies to understand that we are slowly but surely killing men, because the average American adult reports having sex only 54 times a year.
And how is that killing men?
Well, it's killing them because 53 times it's with themselves, these fucking lunatics.
You're supposed to, for prostate cancer.
Oh yeah, the 21 times a month.
You should orgasm as a male 21 times a month.
Right.
Yeah, to reduce
I
your
can't find
prostate.
21 different faces to enjoy that with, but I'll try. No comeback. I threw that out there for the help desk, and she passed.
I think she went back to the moderation desk. Sorry.
I'm among the rudest, angriest bitches you'll meet in your life. No, that imagery of what you think you are is caught up in that fucking hypnotic, stupid fucking symbol you use as your name. That avatar, that does nothing, says nothing, and means fucking nothing. And then you're coming out here attacking Katie because doesn't make you a mean bitch. It makes you an ignorant cunt. Cletus.
If the box fits, I guess.
And all this shows. Listen, I vehemently disagree discussing any of these people, unless that conversation leads to fucking finding the kid, and unless whatever it is that's being conversed about is directly related to this child's missing. If none of that applies, those two rules, then I don't give a fuck.
I just got to say to Cindy and Big Ohio Wow, thank you very much.
Come on, I got a leather swing in my basement. I mean, so now that you people know that, now what? You go out and tell stories about me? Who have Bruno Pellicano, by the way.
Well, obviously, any missing children in your vicinity now, you are a suspect of taking because
absolutely
because you're leather in your basement.
And when I was a kid, I pushed my stepsister out of a tree.
You all right?
He just died.
I think we may have.
I sold drugs. I used to get in fist fights. I had more fights in high school than anyone in the record of the high school, including fighting with teachers. Fist fights. I kicked the teacher one time so hard in the balls he literally blacked the fuck out and slid down the locker like a cartoon. Dropped him with a kick to the balls with my steel toe boots. I didn't know it was a teacher I was kicking, but when I turned around after being someone grabbed my hair, and I turned around and just fucking kicked him in the fucking balls, and it ended up being Mr. I won't say his name.
So what you're saying is all those behaviors when forever ago are indicative of how you became a child abductor. Is that what you're saying?
Of all the missing children, the earth round.
Okay. I got you.
Right.
Makes sense. I mean, I've learned a lot from YouTube, and that absolutely fits.
Right. I mean, you might as well just say old Sarge did it.
Yeah.
That fucking guy with that channel from the Your Ass Hurts News Network, from atop the Cock Tower Square. And just for those people that are interested, I recommend this to Cletus and his maybe, I don't know if it's going to happen, but maybe his wife one day to enjoy their what do you have, a reception after the wedding? What do you call that there?
A reception.
Is it, there you go.
Yeah.
But that you should rent the Lig My Balls Convention Center.
I'm telling you.
It would definitely accommodate the 9,000 to 10,000 viewers that she has.
Yeah.
They're big balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're massive balls.
And they expand under pressure.
Yeah, and if you see the tower's blue, it does need attention. So somebody should rent the Lig My Balls fucking ballroom, and maybe we can cure that blueness that seems to emanate from them. I wonder how many floors cocktail. Okay. Size is everything. My finger hurts, man.
Maybe you should put it back from where you got it from, and it'll ease. Or maybe you should remove it from where it currently is, and it'll ease. Are you taking a lie detector test? Is that,
Well, it's gonna
why
really
it's hurting? Because you're trying to pass it?
It's going to have to make me go to the casino more often until I could get it healed. I can't do anything with it. So now I'm going to have to be, the casino girl's going to have to start coming around again.
Oh.
And we don't like each other. We have a mutual thing, but it ain't based on love.
She just likes hanging out at the tip of Cock Tower Square. Is that what you're saying?
Well, the tip of cock, but it isn't the tower. I don't know. I would never presume to suggest that I compare in any way to Cock Tower. Okay. Quit parking the pineapple. Yeah, I just, it isn't something clear. It's a terrible shame. Like I brought up many times. We get identity theft, mortgage theft, loan theft, credit card theft, all kind, because we don't object to these user agreements these websites give us. And imagine if 5.62 billion people said, fucking stop it, or we're not going to show up at your site anymore. I mean, we could start on little steps to realize the power we have as people, and where we go and where we spend our money. I don't know how the fuck do we all get this stupid?
So what you're ultimately saying is the consumer should demand better?
Well, you're targeted 24/7 by the fucking people that want your money. Why don't you do a little targeting to them? I mean, somebody shows a transgender in a Bud commercial and you all fucking won't drink Budweiser. Like, what are you, fucking retarded? What does that fucking idiot's drinking beer got to do with you? If you like the beer, drink the beer. Right? I mean, but no, you got to get these mental fucking midgets, public opinion fucking morons, to now start attacking Budweiser. What you should have attacked is the advertising agency and the executives, right? When you see problems in schools and things like that, where you target the people involved. Disney did some bad shit, man. But it ain't every Disney employee. The concept of Disney isn't your problem. It's the people running Disney. Let's tear them apart. Like you tear apart Chris. Those people fucking deserve it. They let pedophiles on the property of a fucking child's park. No, let's not. That would make too much sense to do something like that. But really, it's the most sensible thing in the world and the easiest thing to do. Fair enough?
Yeah. But I think the problem is that concept is too big for people to truly realize the power that they have, right? So pick a smaller target, like just for the purpose of this conversation, like one of these fucking asshole YouTube channels.
Right. Yeah, and there's so many of them to pick from.
Yeah. I mean,
almost to the letter. They're all the same fucking same fucking drama shit. It's yeah, that's it.
And they wouldn't exist without the viewer that, quite honestly, creates the demand for the drama that they present. And if that's what you want to be, then welcome to America, and you got your rights.
Words of wisdom from Chris Proudfoot. Don't lie, Clue. It's the cream-filled ding-dongs that do it for you. Cletus?
I cannot tell a lie.
So now we understand Cletus has been transformed into a ding-dong. Cletus, does that happen just on your birthday, or is that a daily event?
It depends on the mood. Sometimes you feel like a ding dong, sometimes you don't, I guess.
Sometimes you feel like it. Sometimes don't ever feel like a dingleberry. That's a bad place to be. And you would fucking smell pretty bad.
They don't exist without all of us wackadoodles. That's yeah. You need t-shirts, Sarge, that say that, wackadoodles.
Well, I think the biggest issue on the internet is there isn't people holding each other to a standard, and people just run with the crowd. It's almost like the fucking. If I was a gazelle or something, then all the fucking other gazelles would hate me. I'd be taken off for no reason at all.
Well, and I think one of the easiest ways to solve the problem, right, is if you're a reasonable minded person and you go into a stream and you present a reasonable minded idea and you get blocked for it, just don't fucking go back.
Correct. Right. And actually that it's a shame, man. There was someone in here last night making fun of the other night how many followers I have. I don't know, almost 400.
Oh yeah,
we have, right?
Yeah.
But you'll notice the stream actually produces as many or more views than the on YouTube over a 24-hour period than we have actual subscribers.
Yeah.
Right. Hang on.
Well,
there's a banner now. There we go.
And if you put breaking and the exclusive in your title, you get 3 times as many.
Okay, my dream wife is in the studio tonight. Breaking news. There's Megan. She says she has the perfect throat shape for those ding dongs. Dear God. Dear God. I mean, talk about TMI, which is too much information for people that don't. Those acronyms drive me nuts. But anyway.
Well, maybe she's the one that created the cast of the model for Cock Tower Square by doing a plaster cast.
So you're saying that she was the architect for Cock Tower Square?
You mean the blue ball bridge?
Yeah, and it yeah, well, hey, someone had to conceive it, and or like the concept had to come from somewhere. Look at Lucky. Lucky's like, whoa. It's tragic we live in a world as fucked up as it is, and it's our own fault. That's the thing that people don't want. That's why they won't change, because they have to admit they're the problem, and nobody likes to admit they're the problem. Right? I mean, look at that fucking sick in the head fucking broad that came on. Who was that? That dude's channel talking. He was married to one of the people, married to Chris or something or whatever. Somebody.
Oh, are you talking about Nina coming on Trev Time?
Yeah, bring my ex-wife up here and ask questions about me to her. Okay? Go ahead. I'm sure you're going to find fucking a ton of shit in there that you don't like. And I'm sure she'll say little or nothing positive about me.
But so you're saying it's not a reasonable assumption that doing so would within that interview you would find Sebastian? That's not a reasonable assumption?
I think somewhere in that interview that there was an attempt to find the boy. And I think the moderator or the person that runs the show's only interest was in finding this young child. That was it. Just like it's their only interest is to see Brian Kohlberger in front of a fucking firing squad. Because they don't have the depth of understanding or the time to invest to read the fucking words and put them in context. No, they would just rather someone else think for them and tell you that Chris Proudfoot's a piece of shit. And thank you for doing my thinking. I'm going to go with that. It's almost like playing a fucking game on TV.
Well, all I can say to that is Nick Barris for president.
Nick Barris, that little motherfucker. Someone ought to take that, beat him with the fucking. Oh my God, what a fucking loser that guy is. The closest thing that guy should be to a fucking news station is breaking news. We caught the pedophile. That little fuck. right? That guy's a public fucking. He's supposed to be truth to power. He's supposed to be the fourth branch of government. That fucking squirrely little moron. And he's out here selling people on the idea there's flashlights leaving the Proudfoot house. That guy should be on blast. That's what public opinion should be outraged about and doing something about. In this case, specifically in this case, the same thing when it comes to the Kohlberger case. When you see what Brett Payne, that police officer, and other police officers that framed another man for murder, just like you're seeing happen to Kohlberger, those people need to be put on blast. No, let's not do that. Let have someone else think what I should be understanding, and let me just fucking snort that or inhale it or jam it up my fucking ass closer to my fucking brain. I think that's probably more appropriate for most of these 5.62 fucking billion people. Stick it up their ass. They'll be able to think about it better. It's insane, Cletus.
Well, and I've been sitting here in some of the streams that Clue has jumped into, and I've taken part in some streams that Clue has jumped into, where the specifically Idaho 4 comes up, and there's whole conversations about theories about who it could have been and who it was, and all this, how Brian couldn't have done it because of this or because of that. But what did surprise me and kind of contradicts your thought that people can't change for the better is that when you present the reasonability of looking at the PCA and using it as a defense, a lot of people get on board with that. So I do think there's some hope for things. Well, it's just got to be more examples set of the rational side of things instead of the fucking lunacy.
I don't know if people are if they can remember any parts of their childhood, but remember when you were a child and you may have said something very off color about somebody and you got that fucking crack in the back of the head.
Yeah, the flick in the forehead.
The flick on the forehead. Yeah, or the fucking stepfather unlacing his work boot and throwing it at you from across the house, hitting you right between the shoulder blades as you've turned to run.
Or better yet, the worst of the worst, the belt.
The belt. What a world we live in, and it's tragic because it doesn't have to be that way. And I agree. Of the 5.62 billion people, 5.61 are capable of doing the right thing. Right? There's always going to be people that don't, won't, or can't. But for the majority of people, common sense that they seem to think that they're full of common sense when they're full of common fucking shit. And common sense would tell you not to do what you're doing to the fucking parents of a missing child. I don't give a fuck what you think about them people. I don't care what the fuck you think about Brian Kohlberger. He's an American fucking citizen. And due process must apply equally, whether it be fucking Brian Kohlberger or your own kid. There should be no fucking separation in that. That's the whole, and we do not stand tall as a group, and we have the power with this internet to change the globe. I mean, the rewards we could benefit ourselves from just with the internet is just staggering. And what do? We follow the Tucker Carlsons, we follow the damn Bonginos, or the fucking, who's that fucked up lady over at MSNBC with the nose? She used to be pretty too before she became a lesbian. I forget her name, man.
What the fuck?
What? I'm just telling you, bro. She was a hot little number, and then all of a sudden,
to her forehead or what? I mean,
I don't know what the fuck
that have to do with anything?
What is her name, man? She's very popular. She's not popular, but she's well known. She's got brunette hair, cut real butchy. She's on MSNBC News. Who is it, Clue? You know who it is.
I don't have no fucking idea.
I'll think of it probably in the middle of the night while I'm breaking another finger. What the fuck happened to my hand, please? Listen, Maddow, that's it. Rachel Maddow. Yeah. Yeah, she was a fucking number to yeah, man. Then all of a sudden, bam. I don't know what the fuck happened to her. Rachel Maddow. Go look at her when she was younger, working her way up, and then all of a sudden, bam, she went from fucking stick to fucking pie, and that was the end of that. Which is fine. I don't mind. People's sexual preferences are fine by me. I say you do whatever you want, all you can, whenever you want. as long as it don't hurt another person. What the hell a switch was? I need to Google his contraption. So what else do we have? Any breaking news from the help desk? Anything?
No, but there was a nomination in your chat for an Oscar. I seconded the nomination, so maybe it'll.
An Oscar for who would get that Oscar? Cletus?
I believe the name is Nick Barris.
Yeah, he deserves an Oscar. Jammed right up his ass.
He deserves the highest award that, could be given to any American citizen for being the biggest shitbag that ever existed. For sure.
Are people that blind to how callous and how fucking evil they are? For Nick to do that, and his position, with his reach, with his ability to communicate with people and be a representative of people, provide me with information that'll better my life or help me, that little fucking weasel's got that job.
Well, I mean, you remember the cartoons back in the day when eyeballs would turn to dollar signs?
Yeah.
That's kind of what I feel like a lot of folks run around with, right?
Most everybody does. We've been browbeaten, brainwashed to put that above everything. And then
we got to have more money to buy more shit we don't need and destroy everybody.
Shit. Yep.
We gotta have more money to buy more shit we don't fucking need and we don't want unless somebody tells us we want. And we've got to make sure that we destroy everything and everybody that could and should matter to us in the process. That's just the way of America. That's all I can say.
America. Listen, I don't think a consumer economy is a bad thing at all. I think the structure of our nation is actually pretty cool.
Oh, I don't disagree with that. It's not the economy or the type of economy. It's the fucking people.
Well, it's the people. I also think money is pretty awesome. That's the best invention since sliced bread, and people seem to think they know, it should be based on gold. Listen, idiot, if you could convince people paper's fine, shut the fuck up. Okay? Leave it alone. Enough is enough. And the bottom line is the whole world entrusts themselves to our paper. So shut the fuck up about gold and precious metals. Gold would be about $2 billion a fucking gram. If you try to put gold up as a backing of any currency, nobody would own gold. And no one. And we'd be going to war over gold like we go to war over oil, which we shouldn't be fucking doing because we got more oil than anybody else in the world. Nonetheless, it's just tragic that it's the bullshit and the outrage that carries the day. And common sense and simple solutions and simple ways of interacting with each other. It's like people think this is a game. And they don't realize this YouTube, this social media game, we the people are destroying the world. Not the fucking people that are elected that are obviously fucking criminals. They're part of the problem. But the biggest problem is we don't hold anybody anywhere ever to account. Most importantly, ourselves. Well, my divorce was because I was fucked up in that marriage too. It ain't all her fault. Absolutely not. My problems as a child weren't all the fault of the people. And as a matter of fact, just because someone has a title like priest or cop or president or husband or wife doesn't mean they can't be a fucked up person. Those titles don't mean nothing.
Yeah. You said outrage, and outrage is funny because I think it's something everybody feels like is just natural, right? But at the end of the day, it's always based. It always comes from an emotional response because of a challenge to a belief.
Yes.
Outrage is always caused by emotion, caused from a belief, but you never see outrage over reason and logic.
That's why I can't stress enough. I don't hide what I've done or who I am because I'm okay with me, and I don't need others to be okay with me. But where I would fucking draw my sword is if you want to imply what happened or what I did when I was a fucking drug addict applies to me today. If you use that to suggest that a local crime is connected to me because I did A, B, C, and D fucking 30 years ago, then I'm going to smack you in the fucking head and leave a handprint. That's no way to determine the outcome of any existing situation. And it only is important if the situation is connected to that behavior. If it's a continuance of behavior and you could see it or show it, then talk about it. And it's just a shame that I don't know how the fuck people don't realize how evil it is to do the things they're doing, like they did with Donna Eyes, and they blame the hospital, they blame the cop, and they like they're following this family around. What kind of a fucking lunatic are you to follow the Proudfoots around? Who the fuck do you think you are? What makes your mind mental fucking trash can even process that that's okay?
I believe the plural is proud feet. The technical department just informed me of that.
Well, my grammar, names, things like that. I fuck all of that, man. I said that when they wanted me to learn typing in school. I said, "Don't you worry about typing. I'll hire a secretary." And in fact, that's what happened in life. I hired a secretary. You know, I don't spell well. I don't enunciate as well as most people, and I don't really give a fuck because what I'm saying is absolute fact, truth, and it's pretty simple. We're
Well, I
all
mean,
fucked up from the floor up, and only we can fix it.
of course you'd hire a secretary. I mean, with your criminal past, you have to have a criminal empire at this point in life. I mean, it only goes, without saying.
I honestly regret that I still wasn't a criminal based on how criminals are treated in my state. You can knock your wife dead out fucking cold, and they give you an appearance ticket.
Well, and I
No
mean,
bail, no arrest.
judging from some of the things that are done to people that go against any kind of morality these days, I would say that, if you maintained your criminal behavior, you could just get laws passed that would make it okay.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what we see happening in society today.
Yeah.
You can't go into a Target soon where everything that's in there, all the merchandise is going to be behind locked doors. Fucking probably bulletproof fucking clear glass and locked fucking cabinets. You want to go buy something in Target, a toilet seat? Well, you need to call somebody with a fucking key. I would take that key and jam it so far up your ass, you would be a tumbler.
Because at the end of the day, your state or USID means you're a criminal.
Right.
Because we have them in our midst.
And people always run for the lowest denominator. The worst thing you could find that Kohlberger did was steal his sister's phone. That wasn't bad enough. So then you had to start going after different things. Yeah. And they do the same thing in all of these cases. They do it in politics even more.
See,
that's why I stay away from politics, man.
There's a connection between the two situations we talked about tonight. Both of them have leather involved. Yeah, that's that's the message for today. Stay the fuck away from leather. It's dangerous.
The leather is going to get you. Stop. Right? I mean, what the hell? I think there's a song about something going to get you. I don't know if it's leather, but it might be a good word to supplant to there.
Absolutely, the leather going to get you.
So we should I should make up that list and give honorable mentions to the fucking scumbag creators. Which folks, by the way, those creators only exist because you, the audience, fucking go watch it. It's like people go to a racetrack waiting to see a crash. I don't go there necessarily for the crash. I want my car to win or my friend's car to win. That's what I go there for. But it seems like we've all become part of this fucking slow head-on fucking collision with destiny, and we're just slowly smashing into it, and we look for the most fucking outrageous, unconnected shit to put on our fucking plate. My Walmart no longer asks for receipt. Yeah, Walmarts are closing. Again, I don't think we're going to solve all the crime by that, but I don't even know, man. Like I've talked with people. There's a creator out there that would absolutely disagree with this. I call him JB Hunter.
Yeah,
that's probably not the correct name, but I want to say this. I think you take any group and you put them in an area, and then you create laws to prohibit businesses from remaining in the area. And when I mean businesses, I mean things like Apple or Xerox or big businesses, GM, Ford. And you start making regulations and governing your community and chase them people the fuck out of your city. I think whoever's left behind, looking to have their only opportunity now is Taco fucking Bell. And then them people start screaming for $15 an hour minimum wage. If you had 2 fucking nickels, you'd have a dime in your head, you dumb bastards. No wonder they want $15 an hour. Where are they going? When all of the factories and all the businesses and all of the places that used to be able to give you a job, vacation, and health care have been fucking chased out of town by your fucking leaders. And then Americans want to say, oh, it's $15 an hour to flip a French fry. That's not the fucking argument. The argument is what happened to all the companies that could pay $25 an hour? And we didn't do anything. We let them chase them fucking companies out. Now those companies have not only been chased out of the fucking city, they're being chased out of the suburbs because we were allowing multinational corporations to come and take over our country. And what are we doing? We're looking in to see if Chris Proudfoot did something fucking wrong.
Yeah, but that's the easier, less consequential drama to talk about. That requires absolutely no action but typing on a keyboard or getting behind a microphone.
Right. I remember my first time when I forayed into mobile phone technology, and they upgraded to a phone that was, and I had to renew it because it went from analog to digital, and they come up with these smartphones. I said, what makes the phone smart? She goes, it's just a smartphone. I said, my hammer's smarter than that fucking phone. And the girl looked at me and goes, what? I said, is that phone smart enough to jump out of the way when I swing at it with a fucking hammer? And she goes, well, that's stupid. I said, exactly. It ain't smart at all. If it had any intelligence whatsoever, it wouldn't be stuck in the fucking pockets of people or up against their ass and in their purse. What kind of intelligence would want to be a part of that? It's
right.
Like having a smelly finger.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It may end up with a broken finger.
And we've been brainwashed into this. The AI, artificial intelligence, is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. No such thing. No such thing. And matter of fact, the funny thing is we taught the programmers how to write programs or algorithms. Everything I say in here and Cletus says in here and everything you chat in here, there are special words that trigger the algorithm. That's not artificial intelligence. That's good software writing. That's all that is. And we trained it every time we signed into a website. Pick the fire hydrant, pick the bicycle, pick the guy scratching his balls. And you're clicking on these fucking things. You help create the algorithms that are being used to fucking censor you and hold you down.
And when you look at the the majority that surrounds you and you see the almost complete lack of intellect being displayed, right? And consider that same group built artificial intelligence, how fucking intelligent could it really be?
Listen, I think any intelligence that people would be presented with would be fucking mind-numbing. They wouldn't know what to do with it. Not to say that there are unintelligent people on Earth that don't engage in any of this shit, but more of those intelligent people need to get on here and start telling the people that are on here, you're all fucked up and you all need to change. You all need to start doing something that's good for all of us. And it's so you don't have to get a new phone. You don't have to buy a new computer. You just have to stop being a dumb cunt. Cletus?
Nothing worse than a dumb cunt.
Well, no, there's some benefits to them too. I gotta say, I can't say they're all bad.
It's just around the corner from a smart ass.
It's just around the corner from a smart ass. That was a good one, Cletus.
The only thing that separates them is a taint.
The taint, and you don't want to die from an infection of your taint. For God's sakes, that terrorizes me. Maybe that's how my finger got broke.
Oh, well, Sarge, we are at our hour. I think we should close this with you laying out your motto for the people.
My motto? I don't know if I have a motto. What motto is that? Help me here.
About the it's impossible to please everyone.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I love that motto. Chimpanzee smoking a cigarette. It's impossible to please all of the people all the time. Right? But it's a piece of cake to piss people off all the time. And I like cake. I can't remember it exactly, but something to that effect, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
The old chimp. Let me just see here if I got.
You did leave out one part, though.
Well, no, here's it is. Making everyone happy is impossible. Pissing them off is a piece of cake. I love cake. And I think people need to be pissed off. I think if there's 400 followers or 2 followers in here, I think it should be our mission to point out to people that this side talk and these attacking of the fucking people that are, like I talk about the Idaho 4. Have I ever disparaged any of the people that I've mentioned, even in a theory where I take the data? I don't disparage their parents, their fucking what they did when they were a kid. It's kind of, and that's like a sickness that I don't understand how people can't see how clearly that's a sickness, man. You got to not do that to others. Cletus, we'll let you end the show. Oh, Cletus hung up on me. Uh-oh. Hang on. This is important. Breaking news. Cletus beats Sarge to the punch and actually signs off and hangs up on Sarge. I didn't even know he was gone. That worked out perfect. Unbelievable. I got to say, that was awesome. And I'm looking at YouTube. We've got no likes and a whole bunch of users in there. Yeah, we're done. We try to do 60 minutes or 1 hour. And that'll conclude Your Ass Hurts News Network from the tip of Cock Tower Square. Don't forget, put your paperwork in, rent my Lig My Balls ballroom, and enjoy yourselves at the base. Balls deep in Cock Tower.